What? It's going.
There.
All right, 7th graders, we are going to talk about several things today. The first is mood versus tone. This is just a review of what we discussed in class today. So mood versus tone. Mood is the feeling the reader feels. And when you're a reader, the feeling you have is mood. Self-explanatory. Tone, the attitude the author has towards a subject. So this is all about what the author is doing. And then when you're a writer, that should say when, fail. The attitude you have towards what you're talking about creates a tone. So when you're writing, you're working on tone. But when you're reading, you're working on mood. So then mood, reader equals feeling, tone equals author, attitude.
Next up, we want to talk about recognizing irony. If you take a look at the picture, nothing is ever written in stone. That is ironic because it is written in stone. Irony is when something in writing is ironic. It can be because the author leads the reader to believe something else is true or something else will happen, but the exact opposite is what actually happens. This picture here, you can see on the left-hand side, look at the back of the semi-trucks. It's ironic because she's a famous singer. Have you listened to her new album that dropped recently? Over here, we've got a tattoo, and you all might be thinking someday you want to get one. But the tattoo says, regret no-hing. I don't know what no-hing is. I think they meant nothing. Texting while driving kills. For more driving tips, text safety. Obviously, you'd be texting and driving. That is ironic. Lastly, take a look at this one. It is the College of Architecture and Planning. If you are going to make buildings and you are going to plan it out, wouldn't you put the C with allage? Goofy. So ironic.
Lastly, next we have cause and effect. And in cause and effect, you can see how this guy, he's sitting on a branch, but he's cutting up the branch. So he's gonna fall, you know? So cause, why it happened. Effect is what happened. So what happened is he's gonna fall. Why it happened? Because he's cutting the tree branch. Okay, again, the cause is why it happened, and effect is what happened. So cause, the boy's getting a shot, which affects him in there, and then gives him, all those tears. You know, how you guys were, when you got your 7th grade shot. And then lastly, we've got this guy, he's got the ball. He's going to jump on here, and then the ball is going to go flying. Well, the effect is it's going to fall on him. Oh, you can see his nose right there.
Our last thing we want to talk about is conflict, which I know you've heard about before, but we just really want to review it with you. It is the struggle between opposing forces, and it can look differently, which we'll discuss. The conflict is typically solved at the climax of the story. Now, one instance is external, and that's with a character who struggles against a force outside of themselves. It could be nature, it could be a physical obstacle, it could be another character. We have the option of person versus person. We have person versus the environment. Then we have internal conflict. This is what's happening within a character. I call this the should I or shouldn't I. It is the person versus self.
All done.